guys, so today we're focusing on rules of differentiation. So we have theorem 5.10, which is product rule. So product rule is one of the rules that we use to differentiate whenever we have two or more functions that are multiplying each other, right? So let's just say let r of x, which is a function, is equals to f of x multiplied by g of x. So if you check here, r of x is equals to two functions that are multiplying each other. So we have to find the derivative of r of x using product rule. So for us to apply product rule, we must say if f of x, if the derivative of f of x and the derivative of g of x exist, then the derivative of r of x is equal to f of x multiplied by the derivative of g of x plus g of x multiplied by the derivative of f of x. So having this thing, we're going to apply the product rule using following this method, right? So now I have an example where we have to find the derivative of g of x if g of x is equal to 2x squared minus 3x multiplied by x to the power of -4 minus x to the power of 5, right? So now if you check here, we have two functions that are multiplying each other. So let's just call this one f of x, then let's call this one r of x, right? So that means to find the derivative of g of x, we're gonna say f of x multiplied by the derivative of r of x plus r of x multiplied by the derivative of what? Of f of x, right? And now check here, f of x, it represents this function, right? Then r of x, it represents this function, right? So where we see f of x, we're going to substitute this function here, right? Where we see r of x, we're going to substitute this function, right? Yes. So now let's do the derivative of g of x, right? So now we have f of x, and we know that f of x is what? The 2x squared minus 3x, right? Then we have to do what? The derivative of what? Of r of x, right? And we know that r of x is this thing, right? So now to show that now we are doing the derivative, we have to write this thing like this, right, with respect to x, because the things that are inside these functions give x, right? So now we're going to put our function, which is x to the power of 4, then x to the power of 5, right? Then now plus, then now here we have what? Here we have r of x, and r of x is this function. Then that means we keep it constant, minus x to the power of what? Then now we do what? The derivative of f of x, which f of x is this one. So we're gonna say d of dx of what? Of 2x squared minus 3x, right? So now we're done applying the rule of what? Of product rule. What is left is for us to simplify using our maths, right? So now we keep this one constant, right? Then we do the derivative of what? Of x, of this function, right? So the derivative of this function is going to be -4x minus 5, right? Then the derivative of x to the power of 5 is going to be negative 5x to the power of 4, right? Then we plus, right? Then we keep this one constant, which is x minus 4 x to the power of 5, right? Then we do the derivative of this function, right? Then we're gonna have 4x to the power of 1, right, minus the derivative of 3x, which is 3, right? Then now we have to multiply this function with this function, right? So 2 multiplied by negative 8, we're gonna have 2x squared multiplied by negative 4x to the power of negative 5. We're gonna have negative 8 to the power of negative 3, right? Then 2 multiplied by 2x squared multiplied by this one, we're gonna have minus 10x to the power of 6. Then we take this one multiplied by this one, it's gonna give us how much? It's gonna give us what's this? It's gonna give us 12x to the power of 4, right? Negative 4. Then now this one multiplied by this one is gonna give us 15x to the power of 5, right? Then let me just do something like this, then we say plus, right? Then now we multiply this one and this one. Let me open the bracket, right? Then we multiply this one and this one, is gonna give us 4x to the power negative 3. Let me just write it properly, negative 3. Then we take this one, we multiply with this one, is gonna give us negative x minus 4, right? Then we take this one, we multiply with this one, is gonna give us negative 4x to the power of 6. Then we take this one, we multiply with 3, then it's gonna give us 3x to the power of 5. Then we close the bracket, right? So now we have to do what? We have to add all these functions and get the final answer. So we can have something like this, minus 10x plus 12x to negative 4 plus 15x to the power of 5 plus 4x negative 3 minus 3x negative 4 minus 4x power of 6 plus 3x power of 5, right? Then now what is left? We have to add them. So if you check this one, we can add it with this one because they have the same exponent, right? So that means we're gonna have what's this? We're gonna have negative 4x to negative 3, right, to the power of negative 3, right? Then now we check this one and this one. That means we're gonna add this one and this one, which is gonna give us negative 14x to the power of 6, right? Then now we check what? We check this one and this one, which is 12 and 3 is gonna give us positive 9x to the power of negative 4, right? Then lastly we're gonna check this one and this one, which is gonna give us positive 18x to the power of 5, right? Let me just remove these things. Right, so now this is our final answer, right? So this is our final answer. This is how we apply the product rule. Thank you.